After a wet affair in the south of France, which has seen the Catalan Dragons take top of the table, we now go into a big match to close out today, as we have the Warrington Wolves taking on St Helens at Herbert Jones Stadium in Warrington, England. Okay, very quickly, because that game ran long, we've got no time to lose in this. Let's get into it. We've got a poll. It's about 50-50 in this poll, so I want to get a couple of the final votes in before we go into the matchup, then please do, because we are very close now. We will also be keeping an eye on the other match that is currently going on, which is of course between the Lee Leopards and the Leeds Rhinos. So we're trying to get that sorted. So yeah, it's been a bit all over the place. It's been a little bit cagey, but when are you streaming the match? The game starts in 5 minutes. Unfortunately, there's no game footage of this. Unfortunately, so because of copyright. So yeah, this is all you're going to be seeing. Unfortunately, so sorry to be a bit of a bearer of bad news. Unfortunately, but yeah, so I'm not going to be able to show the match. But just quickly, as we've now transitioned to the stream for Warrington taking on St Helens, we will go through the team list. So without further ado, let's get underway. So starting off with the Warrington Wolves, you've got Kai Taylor-Ray at fullback with Josh Thulis and Josh Smith on the wings, Toby King and Albert Hopewati in the centres, George Williams and Mark Snide as the playmakers, Luke Yates and Liam Byrne as the props with Danny Walker in at the hooker role, Sam Stone and James Harrison as the second row with Ben Curry at lock, Tifafoa Sipley, Geordie Carther, Joe Philbin and Kalepi Tanjanawa as the interchange with Luke Thomas as the 18th man. And now let's go quickly into this St Helens team. You've got Jack Wellesby at fullback, Kyle Felt and Dion Cross on the wings with Harry Robertson and Nene McDonald in at the centres. Tristan Saylor and Jackson Hastings as the playmakers, David Clemmer and George Delaney in at props with Darryl Clark in at hooker. Shane Ryan and Matt Whitley in as the second row, and you've got Joe Shorrocks in at lock. Johnny Lomax, Alex Walmsley, Jacob Host and Owen Dagnall in as the interchange, and you've got Jake Davies as the 18th man. So yeah, we're going into this game, so I'm pretty close to the start of kickoff, so 5 votes have now come in, and we've got a 3-2 in favour of St Helens taking the win in this. I'm very sorry if it does seem very rushed, because essentially it was, because we're doing a double stream, and we just finished up with the game between Catalan and the Huddersfield Giants. So now we are here in this one for the Warrington Wolves and St Helens, which should be a very interesting encounter. Hopefully the field isn't as bad and the weather hasn't been as terrible, because it was shocking at the Stade Brut. So be exciting to see in the playmakers of Tristan Saylor and Jackson Hastings. Obviously, as a former Knights player, should be rather exciting. So yeah, we just don't know what's going to be happening, and this is going to be an exciting one. So answer the poll quickly now, as we're just waiting now for both teams. So we're just waiting for your votes. Put them in, because most of them got it accurate here of saying that Catalan would get the win. So these could be the ones that sway the power in how this match does play out. So just one more reminder before the start of this match, no game footage is being shown. You're just looking at this bloke at 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning in Australia on Valentine's Day watching English Rugby League. What more could you want? But they're saying this is the biggest crowd Warrington's had for over half a century, so it's pretty good as Warrington versus St Helens. This is going to be exciting. In terms of the Warrington team, who I'm excited to see, if we just need to get some screen grabs actually whilst I'm But the lights have gone out. It could have a light show here, depending on how woke this is. Yeah, this is a proper light show, so... Just going to do this quickly, so... It's going to be a little bit confusing, but just bear in mind I'm basically just getting a screen grab of these so I can know exactly what I'm talking about, so I'm not a complete idiot in terms of trying to get who is who. Atmosphere is really good for this match, which is great to see. I actually really rate the Super League atmosphere because, I mean, it's like quite similar to, like, I mean, football, so, and I like football atmosphere as well, and I feel like it could be nice to see if the NRL do more in a way, but I feel like it would be quite hard to get it done because Australian fans do not chant. Well, not as well as the English at least, and I'm not trying to suck up. So, any more votes coming in? We're just waiting to see this now. Both teams got very loud. Just waiting for both teams haven't come out yet. They're just letting the atmosphere just keep on going. But this will be a rough game. This will be physical encounters though. So, any more votes coming in? I think we're at 6 votes now. There we are. They've got Kashmir or Come With Me, which is depending on your persuasion. But here we go. Thank you anyone for watching this. Yeah, no game footage is going to be shown, unfortunately, but... So, we just got a big, decent crowd for this. So 7 votes now currently in. We got 71% in favour of St Helens taking the opening win, getting an opening win for the first round. So I guess just as to see what happened, both teams now running out. It's gonna be very good and very big. Just to make sure everything's going well, but yeah, decent crowd looking. Recently they said it was like sold out, or like around 15,000 for this match. So let's just have a quick look and see. Another vote's now come in, 75%, and we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna end the poll here. After 8 votes, we have 75% in favour of St Helens taking the win in this matchup. So Warrington will be kicking off and they will be running screen right with St Helens getting the first bit of possession in this matchup. And just one last more reminder, no game footage will be shown. Let's get into this match. Kick off and we are underway for this game as St Helens catch it inside the 10 and get wrapped up inside of the 20 for the first match, for the first tackle in this matchup. Now St Helens now trying to find the gap. That is David Clemmer. Obviously, pretty interesting of him being with in Jackson Hastings, because there was a couple of seasons ago there was a little bit of a spat between both players when Clemmer was at the Tigers and Hastings was at the Knights. So now, last tackle here for St Helens. They get just shy of halfway, and Hastings with the kick. And it's going to be taken by Warrington inside of the 20 for the, and he'll run into the line and get brought down just shy of the 30 for the first tackles. We're now past the first minute of this match between the Warrington Wolves and St Helens. So Josh Smith there getting brought down past his 30. And it's going to be a penalty here for the Warrington Wolves. So a chance to get some good field position to potentially get the first proper attack of this matchup. And the kick goes out past halfway, so 45 metres away from the try line, a full set of 6 now incoming for the Wolves. First tackle is going to be on the 40. He's going to spread it more central, as it's going to be the number 16 of Liam Byrne. Similar positioning, brought down 40. Which team are you rooting for, Big Boss? Oh, I don't know. It's interesting. I feel like it's, I guess, as a Knights fan, Andrew Johns did play for Warrington. But I don't know. I guess I'm neutral there, so I guess I just want to see a good match. So I don't really have a horse in it, but I like to see them run. 15 metres out now. Last tackle here for the Wolves. Kick to the right, left-hand side. Batted backwards in play, but it's easily picked up by St Helens. I believe it's... Oh, big tackle trying to drag him out of play. Bit as I put it, but St Helens stay in for the first tackle. But there's a lot of pressure. There's the number 2 there, Kyle Felt, formerly of the North Queensland Cowboys. Premiership winner there in 2015. Scored the game-tying try right on the siren as St Helens now getting brought down. 4th tackle on the 30. And then just like that, St Helens there get a penalty for just not getting out of the ruck. So, guess another chance here, but this time goes the other way for the Saints. As I'm now just focusing on getting this stream promoted on Instagram. But 45 away from the try line, full set of 6. It's going to be Nana McDonald. He takes the tap and he feeds it off to I believe it's Matt Whitley to take the first hit up. 40 metres away from the try line for the first tackles. We're now 3.5 minutes gone into this matchup. Now 30 away from the try line now. Second tackle, St Helens. Hastings pass was a bit miscommunicated and the ball's forced to knock on and Warrington will get the ball. Hastings, I think... Yeah, it's just a miscommunication there. It's George Delaney running in to try to get the pass as a decoy, but Hastings just throws it straight into him. So Warrington will get the ball in a scrum around their 30. Fair enough, but I'm a Wolves supporter. Pass over from my dad, who's Warrington. Wolf is by far the best mascot in rugby. Definitely need to look into the mascots. Yeah, that's fair play, mate. Like, definitely need to get more into English Rugby League. I was going to do a thing. It's like, oh, whoever's got like Knights players like back, but the problem is though, like, there's more than a couple of teams that have that. But I mean, yeah, I don't mind Warrington because I know oh, what's his name? I forget. There was a bloke from Arimba, obviously Sam Burgess now in the shed. Second tackle now for Warrington, just on their 40. But trying to forget the winger who played for Warrington, who was from the Knights. I'm blanking, but it'll pull up when I figure it out. But Warrington now enter the half, and they'll be brought down 35 metres away from the try line, centre of the field for the last tackle. It's a kick high to the left-hand side, which will shank to Wellesby. It'll get wrapped up there by Toby King inside of the 10 for the first tackle for St Helens. Definitely planning at some point to go over for Magic Weekends because that'll be nice. So 20 metres out now for the second tackle. Both teams seeming a bit cagey, not really getting comfortable, which is, I mean, fair enough in the type of circumstances with this match. Hastings gets brought down just shy of the 40 for the last tackle. Hastings trying to appeal for a penalty, and there's the last tackle kick. It's a big kick, and it will bounce all the way inside of the 10. It'll be brought down inside of the 20 for the first tackle, as we're now 6 minutes gone in this matchup, and yeah, it's just just needs something to happen for both teams to settle and to get focused, but just playing right up the guts. Is that Albert Hopewade now just shy of the 30 for the third tackle. Getting passes out to the left-hand side. Gets past the 40 for the fourth tackle, and right up the guts for halfway. Big run there by James Harrison. 45 away from the try line. Now it's going to be the last tackle. There's the kick by Snide. And it's gone down the middle. They could bounce forward, so was a chance it could have bounced the other way, go out for a goal line 20-metre restart, but Wellesby collects it. Gets brought down inside the 10 for the first tackle. Or Warrington plays down on the ground. He's being a little slow to get up. I don't know if it's a rib or he just seems a bit winded, to be honest. But St Helens, there's been very quick set so far by both teams. St Helens are getting past their 30 for the fourth tackle. Flat ball there by Hastings. It gets the pass out to Robertson to get, but gets an offload off to him, which is fair enough, as Clemmer runs up the guts and he'll get brought down just shy of halfway here for the last tackle for St Helens. Hastings with the kick. He'll go to the right-hand side of the field. They've let it bounce. There's a bit of pressure here, but it does get picked up by Josh Smith. He gets brought down inside the 20 for the first tackle. Be a little bit cagey in this one, but if anyone's wondering what I'm doing, I'm promoting the stream because I haven't had time to do it beforehand. But again, it's just a bit one up minutes Hopewade now getting past the 30 for the. Because I need to be careful because I can definitely feel like that I'm somewhat palpitations, and just shy of halfway here, and there's the last tackle kick for Warrington, and it'll go centre of the field as Wellesby takes it just past his 10-metre line, but he flings it out to the left. That'll be first tackle on the 30 for St Helens. That looks like it's going to be a set restart, I believe. Yep, set restart here for St Helens. It'll be first tackle 40 metres away from the try line. So this could be the first real attack we see this for this matchup. And big carry there by Wellesby. 20 metres away now from the try line for the second tackle. 9 minutes now gone in this matchup. Clemmer there, trying to burrow through the line. He's 10 metres away from the try line now. Bit more central, but they'll go the left-hand side here, the Saints. Hastings goes for the dummy. And he's just shy of the line. He's trying to wheel himself over. He's about 2 or 3 metres away from the try line now. Fourth tackle for St Helens. And Shorrock's now going up the middle, but he'll get brought down. 5 out now. Last tackle for St Helens. Hastings getting the pass out to kick out to the right-hand side. It's going to be a test. That's an unbelievable take by Josh Smith. And he gets back into the field of play. That is it's basically almost an AFL mark to make that catch. That is brilliant. And Warrington now getting the first tackle inside of the 10. And it's going to be a penalty anyways from not getting out of the ruck. Really to prevent Kyle Felt from getting that. Because if Kyle Felt catches that, he's going to score. Yeah, that's actually an absolutely brilliant take. So there's the kick into touch. How deep does it go? It'll be placed just past the Warrington 30. But one of the first games I watched, Wolfie abseiled from the rafters and beat the fuck out of a load of Marines. It was definitely early 2000s before it went soft. Oh, there's a big line break here. But it's still going here. They're pressing out to the right-hand side. Hopewade Gets brought down. Second tackle, 30 metres away from the try line now for Warrington. But yeah, that's something I definitely would have liked to see. Because you don't really have mascots up to mischief anymore in like this year. But here we go. Huge first chance here for Warrington. Grubber kick to get the chase. Been tipped up by Wellesby, who slides out. It'll be a goal line dropout to the Saints. 11.5 gone in this matchup. The one thing I remember in terms of mascots, because I was at State of Origin Game 1, and at the moment when Paul Gallen punched Nate Miles, it was that one. Someone jumped the barricade and crush tackled the Queensland mascot, and apparently it was like some small woman, and she like broke a bunch of ribs. Short kickoff attempt from the dropout, and it's caught by Hopper Wide, 15 away from the try line, first tackle. So huge chance here for the Wolves to get first points. Just shy of the line here. They're just going to pass it now to the left. Do they keep going for it? They're committing. They're going. He's going to slide over and score. And Warrington get first blood in this match. All momentum. Nothing wrong with that. Wellesby potentially saying there might have been a double movement there. But that's just all momentum, and that I think it'd be really stiff if they give that. If they don't give it, I mean. So there we go. Toby King gets the first try of the match, and it's now 4-0 with a kick to come. 12.5 gone in this match between Warrington and St Helens. But Albert Hopper White, a great take from the attempted short drop kick. Just passing it out. It's Toby King who gets the fend off. No, he keeps his ball carrying arm up. That's actually really impressive. I thought it did slide a little bit then with the momentum. He just pushes it over, but he's done really well to keep it up. And there we go. 4-0. It's just what you want to see in you. So here we go. So 2020 SRL Super League Dream 2020 Super League Dream Team send represent Ireland in the 2022 World Cup. Toby King, as we get to see Sam Burgess as Warrington coach. Yeah, he keeps his arm up. I don't know if they're still looking at it, but yeah, the kick count down. It's a confirmed try. But it's going to be a kick from the sideline to make it a conversion to make it 6-0. So here we go. This will be interesting here. Mark Sneed, sorry. Oh, my apologies. I don't want to disrespect him. So Mark Sneed, this to make it 6-0 to Warrington from the sidelines right down. It's just beautiful. This might be a poll for something for halftime, but is it better if the kick, it's like from the sidelines, like perfectly dead on right in the middle throughout the whole thing, or if it is missing but then curls in? I feel like it's a bit of column A, bit of column B, but it's definitely something that needs to be discussed. So yeah, there we go, 6-0 to Warrington now. 14 minutes gone in this matchup. So here is from the kick, right at the hit up. Oh, bit of a slamming hit right just past the 10-metre line for the first tackle for the Wolves. And St Helens need to be, I think there's going to be a bit careful. Both teams need to just be wary of not just giving away silly penalties. So second tackle. Yeah, they're just trying to get to their 20. Now this will be the third tackle as Ben Curry. It's just almost near to the Warrington 40. And it's one up the guts there. And just shy of halfway now for the last tackle for the Wolves as Sneed with the kick. And it's going to go down centre as Wellesby takes it just in front of his 10-metre line. It'll get wrapped up inside of the 30 for the first tackle for the Saints. Now 15 gone in this match between Warrington and St Helens. In the other match earlier, a 26-10 win for Catalan in just the most dire of conditions against Huddersfield. Complete stat domination. As we see Shane Wright now get brought down. Third tackle, 35 away from the try line, so pretty decent. It was for the fourth tackle, my apologies. But now St Helens spreading it down there, left-hand side. They've got to break down the line if they possibly can do. Dion Cross brought down 15 away from the try line now. Last tackle for the Saints. Given to Hastings, who kicks into the centre of the field. There's a lot of chasers. They're battered back by Warrington. But they've got the ball and it'll be inside the 10 for the first tackle. There's possibly some questions raised by the Saints for a possible knock on. Or going forward from the back tap, but nope, still going through. Inside of the 20 for the big fend off here. Big down the line here through the guts. Big run here for Warrington. It's the number 1 of Taylor Ray. And Taylor Ray, is he going to get there? Yes, he will. Just like that, he beats the run of Jack Wellesby. And it's now 10-0 with a kick to come. That's a brilliant pace. That's just a absolute pace. I did think it was like, man, he might need to get the pass off for the because Wellesby was really on him, but he just kept going and just had enough in the tank. That's really good for him. Kai Taylor-Ray, brilliant stuff. So 10-0 now with a kick to come, and momentum very much here with the Wolves. Big fend from the run from dummy half, which just opens up the opportunity for Taylor-Ray to run through the gap, and he's just got enough ticker and speed, and he just scores right in front of the Saints fans. That's just good eyes up footy. I've also realised the stands are very dark. I assume it's definitely for the lighting, but yeah, it's just one of those things where it's it just looks like what's his name? Burge is just sitting there, just in like in a silhouette. You can't even like really see him. But here we go, and the kick will be from right near the middle. So Sneed should just be an easy chip kick for him to make it 12-0 to the Wolves. 18 minutes gone in this matchup. We'll just see if he's able to do it. As you're not seeing anymore, and there's the kick, and it's a great start for the Wolves. 18 gone. 12 points to 0. I'm just mesmerised because he had Upper Wide as potential support, but he just backed himself. That's just brilliant. Love to see that. There's the hit up from the first tackle inside of the 20 for the first tackle here for the Wolves. Following a really good successful period here. I did not realise that Taylor Ray was that young, 19, and he's got speed like that. That's a dangerous lad. That's a dangerous lad. All right, fourth tackle now for Warrington, just shy of their 40-metre line, and Taylor Ray, as mentioned, gets the hit up, and he'll get brought down just shy of halfway now for the last tackle. And it's kicked straight to Wellesby, who takes it inside of the 10 for St Helens. And he gets the pass off to, I believe it's to Kyle Felt, but he gets brought down on the 20 for the first tackle. And now this is Hastings, who will get wrapped up just shy of the 30 for the second. Now Robertson gets past the 30 for the third tackle. And it's going off there to Nana McDonald. Almost near the 40 for the fourth tackle, so nearly past halfway there. It's fair enough for him. As Clemmer gets an offload. As St Helens now into Warrington's half. They fling it all the way out to their wing here. As Dion Cross, can he get an offload? No, he can't, but he's still... Good bit of set now. 25 out now. Last tackle. Hastings sends the kick high. And Taylor Ray takes it. Was he hit before he touched the ground? Yes, he did. It is a penalty to Warrington, and that's one of those silly penalty talks that just can't really happen. It was close hitting the ground, but yeah, it is against the rules. Bang. Little early. He was a little too eager as we now enter the final 20 minutes of the first half, and yeah, I feel like this just momentum very strongly here with the Wolves. And currently in the latest score in the other game taking on between the Lee Leopards and the Leeds Rhinos, it is currently 4-2 to Lee. So we're doing everything here. I might actually need to make an overlay that actually shows. It's like, oh, this is the other games happening. So Warrington here, this is the second tackle. It's number 34 here of Kalepi Tanjanoa. And it's a set restart here for Warrington for Markinot Square, and there was an attempted one-on-one strip there by St Helens. But yeah, another chance here for Warrington to get peace on the board. I've got a bit of a road prediction that's sitting in my head, but I don't want to say it to cause a jinx. But Sneed gets dummies and gets brought down 20 away from the try line now. Fourth tackle. Off to the right-hand side now. They're just trying to ease away and trying to get some field positioning now. Here we go. 15 metres out now. Last tackle for the Wolves. They'll go to the short right-hand side. Kick to the corner. Unfortunately, there was no winger there to get him, but they're going to try to drag him inside the goal mouth, and they will. This is just brilliant switched on. There's no ball carrying arm down on the ground, and it's going to be a goal line dropout here for St Helens. I believe the second, maybe even the third for this match. But this has just been, last about 10 minutes or so, it's been really good for the Wolves. You just gotta love when like people are aware and they're switched on. Nothing makes me happy. So here we go. Hastings with the short attempt of a drop kick. It will go the 10, and it's been battered, but Warrington get the ball. That'll be first tackle. Oh, hang on. What's happened here? Clemmer. It's a big argy-bargy of handbags as James Harrison's come rushed in. Don't know if exactly Clemmer did, but people are not happy. But it's a set restart penalty for just a set 6 again set for Warrington. But what did Clemmer do? Because I'm going to say right, because what it was is like, this is just the type of match Clemmer gets sin binned. And I was, because that was just thinking, it just seems like it's the type of match you're just going to get frustrated. But Thulis, he's going at his arm and shoulder. So I just want to have a review to see what happened, because I didn't really see. Because I heard the crowd reaction through the headphone, and then saw James Harrison coming in. He's like, you fucking what? So Thulis wraps in. Oh, so Clemmer's come in and basically put maybe a potential crusher, but oh, it's not too bad. He's come in like behind us, like Thulis was like sitting up. He's like wrapped him up. It's just a bit of an awkward positioning. I don't think it's anything that evil. So it's not too bad, but I can see why they get a bit of jolt about it. But yeah, I really doubt it's going to be a sin bin. So we go. Set restart. 25 metres away. Full set of 6. Can Warrington more points? But yeah, I think that's probably the right calling there for just as a 6 again, because that would just been be a bit weak if that was a sin bin. Luke Littler's in the crowd. And Warrington, they're playing the ball. They've flinged it out to the wing. I don't know if that's gone forward. It might have. It's not. It's a set restart, I think. Because it says it was touched by a St Helens player in that pass out to the wing. No, it's not a set restart. I think it's just Warrington just remained possession of the ball, because I feel like they could have perpetuated forward. But third tackle, 10 metres out. Warrington spreading it from the left now to the centre. 15 away from the try line now. 4th tackle. So we're now 24 minutes gone in this matchup. And incorrect play the ball. And it's a chance that's, honestly, St Helens is kind of needing just a decision to go their way. And there's the mistake. So it's inside. So they get the ball inside of their 20. Yep, ball's just popped out there. So it's going to be... Yeah, Warrington has been switched on, but this could be something that could allow St Helens back into the game with just a little bit of momentum as it looked like they're about to bring in a couple of subs. But St Helens being dragged down to the right-hand side of the field. They're very close from that first tackle, as that is Harry Robertson, just shy of the 30 for the first tackle. Now that's Kyle Felt. Wrapped up inside of the 40 now for the second. Still more central at the current moment in time. But they're trying to get up the guts, but it's good metered set. Third tackle just shy of halfway now, St Helens are. So we've got 2 changes now have been made by St Helens. Could be something that possibly portrays as a bit of a game changer. Good bit of post-contact meters there for the Saints. They're 30 metres away from the try line now. Last tackle. Hastings with a central bomb. It's going to be around inside the 20. It's been battered backwards by the Saints. They've still got it. Should still be last tackle. Hastings gets the ball again. He's going to grab a kicker to the left. There's a bit of a chase, but it's just going to be run out. Bit too much gas on that one. And it's just going to be possession to Warrington inside of their 10. It's still definitely the right idea for that. Like, without question, definitely the right idea. So on the 10-metre line, full set here for the Wolves. But they still need to get 90 metres. As that's Albert Hopewadi who takes the first sit-up, just past the 10-metre line for the first tackle. So interchange, Walmsley and Host have come on to replace Clemmer and Delaney. So Jacob Host, South's legend. Now Warrington here, can they just keep charging down the line? Second tackle, they're almost went past the 30. Now they're spreading it more centrally after attacking the left. And they'll get to just shy of their 40-metre line for the third tackle. Run up the guts here. It's once again. Oh, he's through again! Taylor Ray, can he get the pass out to the right? He can. They're trying to find Hopewadi. Hopewadi scores! Taylor Ray. Kai Taylor Ray, I should use your full name for complete respect. And just like that, 16-0 to Warrington. 19 years old, and he's just cutting through lines, running the plays as they spread it out to the right-hand side, which eventually sees Albert Hopewadi go over and score. His dad's propping it. John's prepping it. Yeah, it's just brilliant play. He gets a pass out to, I believe that's Josh Smith, and then just flings it into the middle for Albert Hopewadi. But man, Kai Taylor Ray, woo! I wasn't familiar with your game because this is probably the first time I've actually seen him play, but man, he's really good. Really good this match. As now we've got a kick potentially from the another one from the sideline. This to possibly make it 18-0 as we've got 12 minutes remaining in this first half. I do feel like it's like with how cheery I've been for Taylor Ray that I am neutral in this. I'm just enjoying how the boys going. You just got to appreciate it. So, Mark Sneed now 2 for 2. This to make it 3 for 3 and make it 18-0 as we're going into the final stages of the first half. The kick he's curled a little too early. It's going to be a miss. So, it's going to remain 16-0 to the Wolves. It's just, he sees the massive line. His steps are really good. He's got football IQ. Kai Taylor Ray, remember the name, bro. Like, there's the kickoff there, and the Warrington get the ball. Almost a breakthrough run there for Harrison. He gets brought down just shy of the 20 for the first tackle. The thing that's mental is he's 6 years younger than me, and look at me. Like, this is... Honestly, could be a smoky for possibly England squad for the World Cup, just saying. Okay, now, Warrington again getting really good field position. Fourth tackle right on halfway. So we're now about to enter the final 10 minutes of this first half. Taylor Ray getting another run here. 40 minutes away from the try line now. Last tackle, Sneed with the kick as it's going to be taken by Wellesby, and it's inside the goal mouth, so it's going to be a 20-meter restart. Is it a 7-tackle set? I'm not too sure. As it pass it all the way out to Nana McDonald, who gets brought down past the 30 for the... Is it the first or the second? It's for the 0, so there is a 7-tackle set in this. But fair enough, yeah, so... St Helens now, I guess, probably trying to get some decent field position here. So gone past from the first tackle. They're just shy of halfway now for the second tackle. But St Helens getting passed down the line here. Kyle Felt. He travels inwards. He gets brought down 25 metres away from the try line here for the third tackle. This could be the combo breaker that St Helens desperately need. Now they're 15 metres away from the try line now. Fourth tackle. More central. Hastings passes it down. They're trying to find offload. Hastings again. They're trying to spread it all the way out to the left. But that's a brilliant tackle there by Josh Thulis, who just tackles him over the line out into touch. And what looked like could be possible setup for St Helens getting a bit of way to stop this Warrington charge. And it's just an absolute beautiful... just tackle, the big don't argue from Thulis. It's just lovely. Just lovely football we're seeing. So it's going to be a scrum feed here for Warrington. Just a play the ball by Warrington on their 10-metre line. So you just need a big defensive set here for the Saints to see if they can just stop this momentum. The first tackle, they've kept him to the 10. And the second tackle, they've got... It's not second tackle, they've got an offload as Hopawade gets brought down on the 20 for the second tackle. Still remaining more central. They're really going up this gut. So testing the forward pack with good post-contact meters. Now inside of the 40 for the third tackle for the Wolves. Spreading it out to the left as... Drag back to the 40 here for the fourth tackle. And they're just, not really more advancing. They're just going to be remaining around the 40. So it's not the worst defensive stat done by St Helens. There's the kick there by the Wolves. It's picked up on the 20. And the first tackle for the Saints will be on their 30-metre line. So... interesting to say here with the votes, 75% in favour of St Helens. And it's just currently looking a bit, just a bit mental to say the very least. But right on halfway now here, third tackle for the Saints. As they just try to find a breakthrough there. They almost got it. That was a little bit of a high whack. So the referee hasn't seen it. Fourth tackle. Saints now getting some meters, trying to get a flat ball there for Hastings. 20 out now, last tackle for St Helens. Spread into the middle, then Hastings kicks it out to the right-hand side. Caught, gets the pass off, and the ball's popped out. So it should be a double knock on, but who knocked on first? And I think it's because, I don't know if it was last tackle, but not possibly it's going to be Warrington's ball. But yeah, Warrington again just stopping. It has definitely gotten more even as Toffa Sipley now on the field for the Wolves. Good to see good to see him going. Obviously, Manly legend. And there he is. Here's the charging man. It's good post contact meters. It's what you want out of a player like him. And he gets put in just shy of halfway. Appeals for a penalty. Just shy of half. I think they're trying to appeal for maybe a crusher. As it's Danny Walker. Slow to get up, but he does play the ball. Just shy of halfway, but now Warrington cross it now for the last tackle. As we're now entering the last 5.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Wellesby takes it inside of the 20 here. But now St Helens just trying to find... Oh, what a monster hit! And it's caused a knock on. Man, this really has just been the Wolves half. That's just a great hit. That's Wellesby with an absolute hospital pass. As it was to Cole Felt. But to be honest, I mean, if he just stood up a little bit more, that could have been a penalty for the high shot. But Felt almost... Felt definitely got Felt there for that hit, and he loses the ball. So it's about 20 metres out with a full set of 6 from the scrum. And if, honestly, Warrington can score and make it like 22-0 going into half-time, it's a very big half. And it's going to ask a lot of St Helens to try to come back into the second half. Sneed lays it in. And it's just going to be run up the guts and it'll be brought down on the 20 for the first tackle for the Wolves. Just going to run up the middle here as it's number 22, Joe Philman, who's now 10 metres away now for the second tackle. We'll spread it to the left-hand side. Big run here by Tangenoa. Gets the offload off, and the ball's popped out just before a chance for Toby King, but it is a penalty offside. So again, it looks like St Helens possibly catching a break, but no, they still don't. But Tangenoa just running through and just giving, unfortunately, the number 6 of Tristan Saylor, the big dog, argue it's big enough. I think Wendell felt it. But yeah, unfortunately, an offside here, so it's another penalty. Surely just go for the try here, and they are. So Tangenoa gets the hit up again, and it'll be brought down inside the 10 now for the first tackle. 3.5 minutes now remaining in this half for Warrington. They're going to spread it out all the way to the right-hand side here. They've got numbers if they go for it, but Hopewadi wants a double. But he holds up his selfish and gets wrapped up and will be dragged back to the 10-metre line for the second tackle. I think it was probably right for him to go for it because it would have given not that much field. No, he probably should have passed it, actually. He probably should have given it to Thulis. He could have dived in the corner. But still, there's a couple of tackles to go still. Now Warrington now going up the guts here as top before Sipley. Gets brought down 5 metres away from the try line here for the, what I believe is the third tackle. Oh, big slip up there by George Williams. He gets brought down a couple of metres backwards. Now 15 away from the try line. Fourth tackle for the Wolves. Spread it out to the right hand side. They're going for the grubber. That could be a knock on there by Wellesby. And it's going to be an offside penalty. This is it's also a penalty against... Yeah, it's offside. Yeah, penalty for Warrington. 2 minutes remaining. Here's the question. Okay, do they just go for another set to try to score a try, or do they go for the conversion to make it 18? Nope, they're going for the 2. Probably smart. So here we go, entering now the final 2 minutes of this first half, and just after the last 20-30 minutes has just been, honestly, just all going Warrington's way. 2 for 3 from the kicking tee, Sneed, and this to make it 3 for 4, and an 18-point lead probably going into the half. To be fair, if you want, because you still got 40 minutes on the kick countdown, because that would take it basically to about 50 seconds remaining. So Mark Sneed. This to make it 18-0 into the final minutes. So Warrington will probably just have the final set. Here's the kick. And he's got it. So less than a minute remaining in this first half, and it's Warrington 18, St Helens 0. As we'll just go and quickly have a look at what the score is in the other game going on between the Lee Leopards and the Leeds Rhinos. And currently it is 10-2 in favour of the Lee Leopards. Tries from Edwin Apapa in a senior, as they are now at half-time, with Adam Cook with 1 conversion and Chris Hankinson being a penalty goal, the only points for Leeds. There's the kickoff there by St Helens with about 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So really it's just running the ropes here with Warrington, because they've just had an absolute brilliant half. Maybe you want a little bit more scoring a buffer, but I mean still keeping St Helens to 0 whilst with 3 converted tries and a brilliant display by Taylor Ray. As Albert Hopper-White now gets brought down. Now in the final 10 seconds will probably be one of all the last plays, but do they go for another try? Big wrap-up slam tackle there. Now this will be enough for one more play, and they're just not even going to bother. They're going to grab her into the touch, but it's been an impressive half here by the Warrington Wolves, who go into the break 18-0 up. It's, I mean, what can you say? It's just a really good half. I mean, it was a bit cagey in the first 10 minutes, but Warrington, man, they've just been they've just been playing really well. Just going to have a quick look at some of the stats whilst we go into the halftime break. Just so live stats: 61% possession in favour of the Warrington Wolves, and this is a big stat actually. 100% completion rate for the Wolves, 63% for the Saints. Completed sets 20 by Warrington, 9 by St Helens. Running meters has been actually pretty even, 670 for the Wolves, 505 for St Helens. It's definitely not like, if you want to see some absolute mental stats, just look towards the match that was prior to this of Catalan and the Huddersfield Giants. Post-contact meters has been pretty dead even. This is actually a pretty darn big stat. Missed tackles: Warrington 3, St Helens 17. Warrington with 1 error and St Helens with 7 errors, which has kind of been just showing of how they've had the chances, but they just haven't been able to get a big proper foothold into the heads. I'm just trying to think of what the possible talk for a poll could be. This is a very specific one. Will David Clemmer go to... Okay, will David Clemmer be carded? Like, if it's just a sin bin or a send-off. That's an interesting poll there. I reckon that's an interesting question, but there we go, get to voting. Thank you all for being here. It's been rather nice. It's been good. So currently in terms of the schedule here, I'm not doing any of the NRL games because I'm going to 2 of them in Newcastle. I will be doing... I actually might need to just have a quick look at what is my schedule. I'm pretty sure I'm doing the 2 other Super League games, Wakeford, Trinity and Toulouse, and Hull FC and Bradford Bulls. So check in there if you're in for the Super League. Then we're doing the Maori All-Stars. We're also doing the Sharks and the Eels in the pre-season. I know there's another one which is like, I think, Castleford one, but I think it's like a 2 a.m. on a Monday, which is a bit, that's asking for much, unfortunately, in my personal opinion. But so currently 1 vote, and it is a yes of will David Clemmer get carded, which is, this just seems like the match that he's gonna do something. Like just a big high shot or like a late hit, and he's just going to get carded. But I just think it'll happen. It's just a theorem, but I think there is quite a substantial possibility of that occurring. Pretty certain today as well as the return of AFL State of Origin, because I'm just reminiscing on that because they've just brought out the ads for Game 2 of the Rugby League State of Origin. But yeah, I think it's obviously in terms of how St Helens come back into this, they have to score first, because honestly, if Warrington's make it like what 22-24-0, yeah, St Helens might be in trouble. Because it's just like you need to just keep it on going, but it's just you can only get so far to some extent. You can only get so far in this. But yeah, it's just you're just trying to get some sort of element in this, but yeah, it's trying to think of more things to talk about because they've still got a bit like the talking point around halftime, and then they've got another group of ads before we start for the second half. So bit stiff at the moment. It's just about for those interested, and oh, there's still coffee in here. I don't know how loud that is, but yeah, Rugby League Las Vegas. That's really interesting. I wish I was going this year because I mean, this is the one that the club I support's in, the Newcastle Knights. So it's, I don't know. It's just I'm poor, basically. But okay, we've got still one vote. But does anyone else want to have their thoughts on possible David Klemmer for St Helens getting booked either a yellow card for a sin bin or a red card for a send off? You don't know, but maybe just possibly you just do not know. But just this feels like it's like kind of Dylan Napa when he had his first match for Catalan a couple of years ago. It's like, yeah, this bloke's getting sent off. But I mean, what a lineup for Vegas. You got Hull, Kingston Rovers and Leeds. Then you got Knights and Cowboys, and then Bulldogs, Dragons. Yeah, I'm actually going to see the Knights play their trial. They're playing against the Bulldogs, and I mean, I think both teams are pretty much lined up full strength sides to start the game. And to be honest, I'm not expecting them to win, but yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. Still one vote, but yeah, it's just Saints. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that the Saints just need to assert dominance. Maybe force a couple of mistakes because I feel like I don't know what do other people think about what do the Saints need to do, barring the just obviously they need to score more points because I mean yes, but I feel like there is other elements that could be talked about better this, but I feel like yeah they definitely need to. Quandale Dingle is a with Warrington, man, mate, they're flying. Going really well. Oh, we got a vote saying no, he will not get carded for David Klemmer. That'll be interesting. He'll be on his best behaviour. I guess it would have been probably different if, say, Klemmer was at Warrington because just a rehash of the feud between Klemmer and always had belief in the wall. I mean, mate, how good? But how good's Taylor Ray? Like, what's the background on him, Quandale Dingle, if you're able to say? Because, man, he's just been on fire. Has played a couple of games, and obviously only 19. He's just, bro. Get him at the Knights. Oh, they got Luke Littler talking. Taylor Ray, I wasn't too sure about him. My God, he's great. It's just he's very quick, but he's also very smart. Like the commentators are talking, he's very smart with his running in his sets. But obviously they're talking to Luke Littler now, back to back world darts champion. But probably makes sense, yeah, because. But yeah, brilliant stuff. But I mean, just all excited in that. But Taylor Ray's just been fantastic. I mean, obviously there's been other players that have been impressive as well for Warrington, but he's just the main character in this. Warrington really is a player that sprints to a gap, but now we have one and it's worked. He's just got legs. He's got legs for days, and it's just fantastic. But I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna be a bold prediction. I'm saying this right now. Clip this or whatever. Kai Taylor Ray will be in the England squad for the World Cup, just for the sole purpose of I want to see him play in Australia, essentially. But no, it's just brilliant stuff from him. I don't know, the halves pairing for St Helens is. I mean, you've been seeing like Hastings getting most of the ball in that, which is like obviously fair enough. But it's like haven't really seen that much from Tristan Saylor. Well, the only thing I've really noticed from him this match was when he got barged over by Tanjanoa. So, Wellesby. I don't think it only can do so much, but I think the forwards for St Helens need to really come out here and give this a big proper crack. He's Luke Littler's giving the peace signs to the St Helens fans. It's yeah, it's definitely probably wanting to be the other way, but no, fair enough. I mean, just been a brilliant start here by the Wolves. So yeah, now in a couple of minutes she'll be back from the second half. But is anyone else feeling about Clemmer being carded? I don't know. Is there like live odds to say it's like, oh, what if I just say, oh, Warrington gets carded? I'm just saying. Well, there we go. Really, they don't have anything, but I was just trying to have a look. I hope he does. It helps us a lot more. Yeah. We've got another vote, but no. Okay. So it's me and one other voter who are just on this hype train of the possibility of David Clemmer getting carded. But yeah, it's just waiting for now. I don't know. I'm trying to think of debate. Do I vlog the trials here? Because we've got the Roosters, Tigers, which they're gonna be got some pretty interesting players in that. Because it looks like the Tigers might be up. Just hope we can keep this up. Yeah, I think. What team do I support? I don't support anybody in England. So I'm more so neutral in this. But in the NRL, I support the Newcastle Knights. And it's been going brilliantly with the recent wooden spoon and that, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just one of these things where it's like I don't know if it's able to be possible. Unlucky, yeah. I don't know. They're getting there. They're improving. They might improve despite themselves. You just don't know. Oh, it's now even. It's 2-2. Who wants to be the deal breaker in? Will David Clemmer get carded? Yes. We're converting people into the side of, oh, David Clemmer. This could happen of David Clemmer getting carded in this. Because I just know if it does happen, I'm clipping the absolute shit out of it, and it's getting posted on every social media platform if it does actually happen. But yeah, it's put a bet on it. The problem is, I think in terms of Australian betting, I don't think they have for the Super League not much for live. I'm just gonna have a look to see if they can, because you actually have to ring them and that. And it's like, I don't like contacting people, but we'll have a look if that is a thing of like, are you really confident he'll get carded? I don't think it's more. I wouldn't say it's confidence. It's more just a vibe. If that makes any sense. If that makes any. Oh, super. I don't really. Can you even bet on the live game? Yeah. To be fair, he could have been carded already. Nah, he had. Yeah, that is a good point. But yeah, you can't even. Damn, I've just seen some of the Australian betting odds for the rest of the Super League. Just zooming in up there. Hull FC Bradford Bulls. Bradford Bulls paying $10 to win. Toulouse beating $10 to beat Wakefield. $7.75 for Castleford to beat Wigan. I'm pretty certain York was paying like something similar, or maybe even like $15 to beat Hull. Alright, 6 votes now. It's all 3 of them are even. 8 votes and it's now even. Oh, it's all this right. So 2 more votes are coming. It's still dead even. But it's perfectly balanced. You're either for David Clemmer getting carded or not. Not for David Clemmer getting carded. It's just either one, to be completely honest. But here we go. World Club Challenge. I am excited for that next week. Hull Kingston Rovers and the Brisbane Broncos. We'll be up for that. But yeah, that's gonna be a big match. So, okay, both teams now pretty much set to come out here for the second half. St Helens need to start big, and I think it's the forward pack that needs to step up for them if they want to get any bit of foothold in this matchup. But you just don't know. Brisbane will batter KR. That's the thing. I would like to, I guess, the to have that. Like, oh, the NRL team will just beat them. But the thing is, though, is like weirder things have happened. Like, do I have any Balkans heritage? I do look like somebody who's on like a wanted poster with like just Russian on it. I do look like I've been around like, I don't know, Chechnya. Something like that. I don't know if that was a buzzword, but we'll end the poll. Perfectly balanced. St Helens kicking off. They are running screen right, with Warrington getting first possession of the ball in this second half. And kick off, and we are underway for the second half as the poll is perfectly even. Man, it'd be mental if it just, because I'm thinking, oh yeah, Clemmer's out. It's like, but you just don't know. So Warrington now just past the 20 here for the second tackle in this set. So trying to just get down into the middle. But yeah, but basically my genetic makeup is just Anglo-Australian. It's maybe like if you go back far enough, there's like a little bit of obviously British, but also like bits of Irish. But there's a kick over the top here for the fourth tackle, just 45 away from the try line as the ball just sits dead for Wellesby. He's just trying to find a gap, and he gets wrapped up and brought down just past the 10-metre line for the first tackle for St Helens. St Helens now just trying to, I guess, find the footing. At least I just realised, yeah, Warrington's got their own, like a proper like actual coach's box and that, but like the St Helens coach is basically like in the crowd. It seems that St Helens now fourth tackle is still past the the 30. So not really too much going on, but that's a good run there to finish off this set as they're just shy of halfway. And that's a bit of luck that they kind of needed. It was the number 6 of George Williams not really getting out of the set. And he just couldn't get out of the way, but he's impeded the play. And it's a penalty for the Saints. And this could be something they desperately need to kickstart their attack. Also, I apologise, Thomas Orford. Realised I didn't see the thing come through there, but thank you very much. Just had to replay it there because I think I've got the volume turned down though, so I'm really sorry for that. The 40 out now from set restart as well here for the Saints, and big tackle there on Whitley. 35 away from the try line here for the first tackle. Trying to go through the guts here and then probably just face it out to the wing, so could be a possibility we're in for a grandstand finish, maybe. But Hastings almost breaking through the tackle, but he's going to get wrapped up 10 metres away from the try line here for the fourth tackle. Hastings looking for a set restart. Pass down the line here, 5 metres short now. Last tackle here for St Helens. It's a set restart as well here, right on the last tackles as the number 8, Alex Walmsley now, 5 metres away from the try line here for what is the second tackle. Now they're just going to charge up the guts, try to find something to break through this line to be the first try scorers in this half. Hastings, flat pass. No, it's a dummy. He's trying to get down on the ground, but he won't. But it's going to be a penalty for St Helens for a tackle without the ball. But there really just has been points where the commentary just brought it up about Hastings has just had moments where he gets the ball, but he's got nowhere to cut it out to because of the run. But bit of a head inspection here for number 13 Ben Curry for Warrington. Oh, it's a blood bin because he's a bit bloody around the nose. But a full set of 6 here just from the tap for St Helens. They're going to spread it out to the right. Can they get a try? No, they get set up for the first tackle. 5 metres out on the far right-hand side. They're going to flat into middle as Walmsley. Gets more central now. 5 away from the try line. Sup Isaac Games. Good to see you. Look Albanian. To be fair, I was about to do the Albanian Eagle, but I plan on going to Europe some point next year, and I don't want to get bashed by Serbians. But down to the left-hand side now, fourth tackle, almost interception, but St Helens are there, surely. Big held up there. That's great defensive effort there to prevent Dion Cross from scoring. But yeah, I'm very white, unfortunately. No, it's good, but I just wish there was a little bit of spice. Sport Wakey, hopefully they'll do well tomorrow. Yeah, they should do well. It'll be very interesting to see how they go against Toulouse. St Helens have passed it all the way out to their right-hand side for Kyle Felt. Is it a set restart again as well? No, I think it's the fourth tackle. This will be the last tackle. What can St Helens do? They're trying to find something to get passes out to their left. They don't know what to do. Hastings goes for a kick and hope into the left-hand side. It's taken by Cross as he lost it. I don't think he's going to possession. And it's going to be a knock-on. Unfortunately, he did hit the ground with only the ball hitting his leg and then his hand. I don't think he had possession of that. So it'd be a hard one to dispute if he goes for a challenge. So it's going to be... Who do I support? I'm neutral in for the English Super League, for the Super League, but I support the Newcastle Knights in the NRL. So I don't. I guess it's kind of hard because I've got no. If I had family that live over in England, it'd be probably easier. But I guess I've got mates who got family that live over there. I don't know. Most of them are all in Doncaster, so do I just support Doncaster in England? And the ball's popped out here for Warrington. And this is another huge chance here for St Helens. Only 2 tackles Warrington had before they lost possession. And now the Saints with a huge chance. Now again, Still on the 0 tackle. They're spreading out to the wing. Charge down. So it will be a forced knock on by Warrington. So it'll be another set here for St Helens, as we're now 6 minutes gone for this second half. Have I heard of Halifax are bust? I did see this. I didn't look too much into it, but yeah, I did see that they've. It's gone bad. It's pretty sad to see. I hate when like I'll be down the line here for St Helens as Robertson gets held up 5 minutes short line. Yeah, but it's really unfortunate when stuff like that happens, because clubs like that are really community assets, and it's just it sucks to see on any level that type of thing happening. So Shorrock's now 10 metres away from the try line here as the people keeping count of the tackles are having a stroke with the overlays, because they keep trying to change it, but it keeps just saying Warrington. Now down the far right hand side again, St Helens knocking on the door now. 4th tackle. They'll try to go more central again here, the Saints. Hastings with a bit of a kick and chase. There's a St Helens player going for it, but it's going to be battered away by George Williams for a goal line dropout. This has been a very good couple of minutes here, though, by St Helens, because they have been on top since the start of this second half. I think it's hard for teams in the championship because there's no promotion, so when they get so good, there is no challenge. That is... Yeah, because it was a little bit interesting to figure out, so yeah, because it's not guaranteed promotion, as I thought it was. But yeah, I definitely need to look more into that, as Walmsley takes the hit up from the goal line dropout kick, and you'll be brought down 25 metres away from the try line for the first tackle. And that's the number 14 there, Jacob Host, formerly of South Sydney, 25 outs though, second tackle. Hastings, flat ball there, trying to go for the going to sub. Cheers, mate. I really appreciate it. Third tackle now, 15 out. Set restart. It's how many? I think it's like 7 or 8 direct sets. I said it on purpose because I feel like if I said the other one, it would have been done. But second tackle here for St Helens. And the ball is popped out. And after those repeat sets, Walmsley loses the ball. And what's been a very dominant 7, and the number before that of dominance by St Helens in terms of field and possession, they've just have not been able to result that into points. Warrington fans getting a little interesting with the chants. You're so shit, it's unbelievable. Current score currently with the other game going on right now. Lee Leopards now 14-2 up over the Leeds Rhinos. So that's another interesting score. But currently as this stands, the Warrington Wolves would be leading the Super League ladder of point difference, of course. Second tackle here for Warrington as they just passed their own 20. As the Jack Hughes was the new try scorer for the Leopards. Decent looking set here by Warrington as it's the number 22 of Joe Philbin, who gets to now 35 away from the try line. The Bros 2026. Thank you. Who do you think will win the Super League? I'm the worst person to ask that, as Jackson Hastings has ended up with the catch from the last tackle kick. He gets brought down just shy of the 30 for the first tackle. So yeah, I'm kind of going into this a little bit blind, essentially, this season. I haven't been paying that much attention, so I'm the worst person to ask that question. So St Helens now just shy of their own 40 now for the second tackle, and they're now almost at halfway there, as that's the Sam Stone. Spreading it out to the right here and almost breaking through, but got to say Warrington's wins defense has been pretty good the first 50 minutes. Last tackle kick by Hastings. Oh, there needs to be a bit of communication there because Taylor Ray was able to make the catch, but he's only being challenged by his teammate, and he gets brought down on the Warrington 20 for the first tackle. Oh no, that's big. Josh Thulis losing the ball, and it's going to be another defensive set coming up for Warrington under pressure. You gotta go. See you, mate. Have a good one. But yeah, it's gonna be. So yeah, 20 minutes out, full set of 6. Can St Helens finally get the breakthrough? So here we go. St Helens they've been knocking on the door for the last 7 or 8 minutes. As that's Robertson. Gets brought down 15 away. As David Clemmer has now come back onto the field for Jacob Host. Walmsley now gets brought down 10 away from the try line now for the second tackle. Hastings trying to feed it off to the right. It's a good bit of ball, and there it is. Finally, St Helens get the try that they, honestly, for the last couple of minutes, they definitely deserve. And it's Jack Wellesby who gets the try. And it's 18-4 with the kick to come. I mean, the kick's really close. This should be 18-6. And could this be where St Helens start their comeback? Well, technically, the comeback's already started, but we don't talk about technicalities. So, yeah, Wellesby just burrows through there. He just gets past Sneed, and he's just able to ground it over the line, and tries definitely was more out of frustration. But there we go. Finally, St Helens break the deadlock. So, 27 minutes remaining now in this matchup. Hang on. They're having a look at this. They're reviewing it. What's wrong? They're looking at the lead runner. Could this be a possible obstruction that prevents this try from being awarded? It's the lead runner. If it's that lead runner, it doesn't seem like he's impacting the play that much. They're looking at Clemmer here, actually. Ooh. He runs in at number 34 for Talanoga. And he does cause a bit of a block here. This could be an obstruction. Well, Tanganoa could get to the ball. So it looks like, unfortunately, Clemmer's run has taken Tanganoa's effect from trying to make a tackle, and it honestly is. So it's an obstruction, and the try will not count. It will remain 18-0, and it's a penalty to Warrington. Just one bit, just the one glimmer of hope for the Saints has just been irradiated away, and now it's... There's going to be a discussion about this because, I mean, it's like, well, Tanganoa committed to Clemmer, so it's going to be one of those things you just don't know. But there we go. It's a penalty to Warrington, so... And there's the kick into touch, and the ball will be placed at the Warrington 20 as we are now still about 27 minutes remaining in this matchup. Just keeping an eye on the possible changes of any other score here. Still remaining 14-12 in the other match between the Lee Leopards and the Leeds Rhinos. Big run up the middle here. Second tackle for Warrington as they're now on halfway. So it's number 22, Joe Philbin, getting to St Helens 40 now. Ooh. Almost a bit of a scoop and dump there. There's a major appeal here by Warrington, but they're not doing it. But I feel like he was quick enough and low to the ground that it wouldn't be a problem. But it's last tackle kick up in the air. Oh, is that an... Oh, that's a great take there by Kyle Felt. But yeah, Warrington players were not happy at that fourth tackle. But yeah, great take there by Kyle Felt. And there we go. It's a penalty here for St Helens. And unfortunately, Tristan Saylor's gone for the quick tap to run, but they're not ready. As them with up the wires are going well at the moment. But St Helens are starting to knock on the door a little bit, but it hasn't resulted in a try just yet. And there's another update in. It's another try for the Lee Leopards in the other game between them and the Leeds Rhinos. It's Matt Davis scoring. It's an 18-2 with a kick to come. So St Helens now knocking on the door again. It's another false set. They're going to spread it out to their left-hand side as Nana McDonald gets brought down 45 away from the try line. Liam Byrne brought on now for Tofafo Sipley. Is now 4 interchanges made out of the available 8 for Warrington. Still the third tackle here. Hastings. They're trying to spread it out to the right. There's a winger there. It's Kyle Felt. Felt trying to find a gap, but he gets brought down 25 away from the try line now. Still the fourth tackle. Oh, this actually might be the last. It's a kick there by Hastings. Saylor's gone for the chase. It's gone up in the air and it's taken out Taylor Ray. But unfortunately, it's penalty Warrington. Because that's going to be an interesting one, because Saylor's going for the ball, but he does collide with Taylor Ray and possibly in a way of making the tackle. That's a little bit stiff of a penalty, but there we go. It's a penalty there for Warrington as we now, and Tristan Saylor not looking in the best of ways. Looks a bit winded, to be honest. And St Helens are challenging this, and honestly, I don't think it's the wrong decision to make the challenge, because his eyes are up at the ball. He's literally going for the ball, so I actually think this could be a successful challenge here. Looking at the score now, the conversion was successful from Adam Cook. It is now 20 points to 2 in favour of the Lee Leopards. In my personal opinion, just 2 players going for the ball. So I don't really think it's a I don't think it should be a penalty. He only has eyes for the ball. Yeah, but the way the referees are sounding for this could be a successful challenge, and it will be a knock-on against Warrington. Yep, there we go. It's going to be a successful challenge there by St Helens, and it's going to result with them having a scrum feed 10 metres out from the try line. And honestly, yeah, it's the right call. I mean, to be honest, I'm really surprised the referee even called it that anyways, of it being a penalty. So here we go. 10 metres out, full set of 6 for St Helens. Can they finally get over the line? So here we go, scrum feed. Got a little bit of play here. Tristan Saylor gives it over to Hastings. Brian the guts here for Nana McDonald. He gets brought down inside the 10. And it's another penalty. It's an offside penalty. The thing was that with the amount of chances and sets that St Helens have had, they have to make these count. So now got 24 minutes remaining in this matchup as Clemmer gets brought down inside the 10 for the first tackle. Hastings now gets a pass off to Wellesby. Wellesby again short. Second tackle now. They're trying to go for a quick play here. It's a set restart here for a player not getting out of the ruck, as Lomax was one who got held up for the first tackle. Hastings trying to feed the ball through. But 10 metres out now. Still second tackle now for St Helens. Now Hastings trying to get the quick passes out. McDonald can he get a pass out to the wing? He doesn't. Still running. Gets passed out to Clemmer. And Clemmer will get held up just before the 10 now. Third tackle for St Helens. They go for the right. Flat ball. And that should be a try. Yes, that is. Alex Wormsley, I'm pretty certain that ball is on the line. So that definitely should be a try there for St Helens. Okay, so they're having a look at there being a possibility of the tackle being complete, and it's a double movement by Wormsley. But I feel like he's definitely planted the ball on the line. So it looks like this worst case scenario will be a penalty to Warrington for a double movement. So there's the ball carrying arm down on the ground. Ooh, we're going to have a look here. This could be close. Ball carrying arm. Bounce. But it's bounced up and then he's gone for it. I think that's fine. But the problem is with this ruling, it does... The tackle then is complete. But then promotes the ball. Yeah, it's good. Unfortunately, it's not going to count. But I feel like if you bounce up and then do it, it's a bit silly. Some of these rules I get, but it will not count as a try, and it's going to be a penalty for a double movement. So it's like with the amount of second half dominance St Helens have had, it's just resulted in nothing. Okay, we've now got another update in the opposite match. It is now 20-8, so Leeds have now their first try of the match. It is Cooper Jenkins who went over, and Chris Hankinson has successfully converted. So it's now... Okay, 12-point game in that game over at Lee Sports Village Stadium. So, yeah, who knows what's going to happen in that one. I don't know why I said it like that. It's a bit weird. But here we go. From the kick out and the touch, the first tackle was on halfway here for Warrington. You got to think, adding salt to the wounds would be if Warrington score here. With all the second half momentum, and then it's just like that, the wire goes over. So we go 30 away from the try line now for the third tackle. The number 16 there for Warrington of Liam Byrne. Shy of the 20 there for the fourth tackle. Going to the left-hand side for a grubber. It's a bit too weighty. Wellesby tried to jock here, but it was one of the it was the number 26, Josh Smith. He tried to bat it back out of play, but it's going to result in a 20-minute restart and a 7-tackle set. Hastings will get brought down for the 0 tackle, just shy of St Helens' 30. As we've now almost entering the final. As the stream is starting to go a bit leery for some reason. I don't know why. Being a bit difficult. Well, now it's back to where it was. And there's a chance here down the line. And that's going to be a try for St Helens. I'm sorry I wasn't able to commentate on that but the stream just went a bit weird. But there is a try for St Helens. But unfortunately, it looks like it's in... Oh, no, hang on. This looks like a serious injury. I think Wellesby, he's immediately after scoring that, he's clutching his shoulder. Nah, he looks like he's in immediate pain here, but it's 18-4. So Wolsby does get the try, but this could be like out of socket type shoulder injury from the way he's reacting to this. So I think we just had a bit of an internet type thing. Guys were saying to impress. Great thing to immediately see when when the connection comes back. But yeah, sorry about that, lads. But yeah, the it's a little bit weird there. But Jack Wellsby gets to try to make it 18-4, but yeah, I reckon I think his shoulder's shaft or something with his arm. So yeah, he's definitely done for the rest of the match. So just like that, they get a try, St Helens, but now they've got a bit of a decent setback. You see, Isaac, there's the kick from Hastings, and he shanked it. So it's going to be 18-4 as we now enter the final 20 minutes of the match. But yeah, I think there could be a possibility Wellsby maybe broke his arm. In genuine honesty, like this is the reacting. He's like goes down, he's immediately clutching it. But yeah, there's a great try there for Jack Wellsby to try to get St Helens back into this game. And it's like after all that pressure, they finally go over. Who scored for Saints? It was Jack Wellsby, and it just happened. But it looks like Wellsby may have broken his arm. Like he's holding his arm like this, and he's not moving it at all. I reckon he's like properly broken something in his arm, or he's done something to his shoulder. But yeah, that's rightio. So can St Helens try to muster on without him? First hit up and get brought down inside the 20 for the first tackle, as they've now got a 14-point gap to try to work with in this final 20 minutes. Now trying to get up down into the middles. Owen Dagnall's come on for Alex Walmsley. For St Helens, as they've got 3 more interchanges still to make. Just looking like to see up any changes, but St Helens now. Nana McDonald. It's brought down inside of halfway here for the 4th tackle. Can St Helens possibly find another gap here? Saylor bringing it out to the right-hand side as Robertson gets brought down 25 metres away from the try. It's a really good set by St Helens. If he's broken his hand, that'll be a big loss for St Helens. It's weird because he's clutching. Oh my God! That is an unbelievable try for St Helens. A high kick, and from absolutely out of nowhere, Tristan Saylor was run in and has caught it on the run and scored. And just like that, it's 18-8 with a kick to come. And the score was under the black dot, so it would be an 8-point game out of nowhere. I mean, despite how dominant St Helens have been this second half, it's just a high bomb by Hastings and Saylor just rushing in. And the Warrington Wolves defenders were just caught napping. It's like, was the number 2 is Thulis, who just didn't see bloody Tristan Saylor. He bobbles it. That's a brilliant try. And now it's going to be 18-10 with the kick from right in front with 17 minutes remaining. We can be in for a grandstand finish here. Kick in front, successful. 8 points in it now, as we've only got 17 minutes remaining in this matchup. And after all this pressure that St Helens have put on in this second half, they finally are starting to produce points. And can Warrington try to stop it? Tristan Saylor, that's brilliant from your son. That's just brilliant. So here we go. Could be for a possible grandstand finish here, lads. Let's get ready. Kick off there by Warrington as they kick it towards the left-hand side for the Saints. Here's Clemmer. Oh, big charge up, and he sends one of the Warrington players back from the run. And this is the momentum very much now with St Helens. So here we go. Now that's number 15 here for St Helens of George Delaney. Shy of the 30 here for the third tackle. Hastings feints the pass and he gets brought down on the 40 for the fourth tackle. And a run from dummy half here for St Helens. We'll get 45 away from the try line now for the fourth tackle. And it was the last tackle, sorry. So there's the kick. Taken inside the 10 here by Warrington. Warrington now need to learn to control the pace here, as it was number 26, was Josh Smith. Hastings being a little bit sitting back behind the line here. Don't know if anything's happened to him, but it's a bit of an interesting one. Is the travelling St Helens fans trying to get the team motivated? As yeah, Warrington need to be. This is the thing. Warrington definitely in the first half controlled the pace of the game. Now it's St Helens doing it in this second half, and they need to wrestle back control here. Potential run for a set restart. Is it a set restart? It is. 40 metres out, full set of 6 here for Warrington. They need something like this. They need to try to score a try to try to add to this point to make it a 12-14 point gap. Williams now with the ball, and he'll get brought down 20 metres away from the try line for the third tackle. Fling it off to the left. Try to find something as Tendanoa brought down 10 metres out from the try line now. Fourth tackle for the Wolves. They're trying to feint it out all the way out to the right. They go for the corner. That's a brilliant diving try for Josh Thulis. And just as what I said about Warrington need to wrestle momentum back, they go and do it in the next set, benefiting off a set restart. And now it's 22-10 with a kick to come. 14 minutes remaining in this matchup. We'll just have a quick check on what is happening in the other game. If the score has changed at all, it still remains the same. 20-8 in favour of the Lee Leopards. Big flat pass out. Miles of space for Josh Thulis there to just dive over. And again, it was Taylor Ray with the awareness to make the pass. He's really been doing a lot this game. Very trustworthy for a 19-year-old to be doing stuff like that. He just sees the pass. He just bullets it out and gets the try. Oh, that's close. I thought it was generally the ball was placed on the outside line, but it's just in. It's going to be a try. So there we go. Josh Thulis, Warrington leading try score of 15 in 2025 with including only try in Wembley defeat to Hull KR, which would have been in the Challenge Cup, I believe. Warrington fans getting a bit interesting with one of the chants you've seen the wire. Now, fuck off home. But Mark Sneed now 3 for 4 from the conversion. It's another one from the sideline. This to make it a 14-point lead with 12 and a half minutes remaining in this matchup. Here we go. Mark Sneed. This to get this conversion going. He's kicked. Oh, it's a beauty. And it's 24-10. 12 and a half now remaining in this matchup. Now it's more than 2 tries that St Helens now need to score if they want to take the lead in this matchup. Hang on, what's going on here? Okay, massive shock here. They reviewed the play in the lead up to that. Jackson Hastings has made a late hit with a severe like neck juncture, and just like that, Jackson Hastings has been sent to the bin. So it's not David Clemmer who's going to the bin, but now it's the halfback. Let's just have a look at this. Oh, yeah, it's a massive late hit. Taylor Ray, after he made the pass, Hastings from behind just absolutely clatters with him. Yeah, and that's a sin bin. So now, basically, if it was now hard for St Helens to try to win this game, it's now near impossible, because that's going to basically mean there's going to be only 2 minutes remaining of this match where St Helens will have equal amount of players. But yeah, that's... Honestly, yeah, it's a dog hit by Hastings, and yeah, that's definitely a sin bin. So I've just realised all 3 games so far in the Super League season, all 3 of them have had at least a sin bin. But here we go. Now this is a major chance here for Warrington to seal possible victory. They just need to just keep it simple, not make any silly mistakes, and just keep the pressure on the Saints. Taylor Ray almost broke. Oh, he's broken the tackle. He's still going. He does slip over there. I mean, he is only human now. We've only just figured that out, but 40 away from the try line now. Last tackle kick to the right-hand side of the field. It's going to be putting pressure there on St Helens, but that's the number 24 there of Owen Dagnall, who gets brought down just shy of the St Helens 20 for the first tackle. Here we go. 11 minutes now remaining, so 8:45. So yeah, pretty much about 3 minutes will be remaining with 13 players here. So St Helens now need to basically just flip the momentum completely, as the St Helens play down in the back of the field. So third tackle now for the Saints as they're past their 30. The problem is though now Tristan Saylor now needs to make more of these kicks, because, well, then who's going to be the kicker? Because it's pretty much playmaker. It's all been Hastings, but there's a kick there by Kyle Felt on the far right hand side. It's taken in here by Warrington. Now Taylor Ray gets brought down inside the 30 for the first tackle for Warrington, as we now enter the final 10 minutes of this matchup. So yeah, it'd be 2 minutes and 10 seconds with St Helens being with 13 men. So yeah, pretty much, I think all Warrington need to do is just get one more try, and that should do it and get them the win in the opening match, as Toffa Sipley gets brought down on halfway for the fourth tackle. Big running here by George Williams, who gets brought down past the St Helens 40, and that will be the last tackle, and it's a high kick by Sneed. And it's going to be pressure on Kyle Felt, and Felt gets brought down on St Helens 20 for the first tackle for the Saints. So we're now 9.5 remaining in this matchup. No updates left in that other game. It's still going on, as 20-8 in favour of Lee over Leeds. See, Johnny Lomax gets brought down for St Helens just shy of halfway. Saylor gets a pass out to the wing here. Can Felt break through? No, he can't. They're going to carry and drag him out. That's how you make a statement in this. And you got 8.5 minutes now remaining in this game, and scrum feeds coming here for Warrington about 55 metres away from the try line, just inside of their own half. So yeah, that's just really proud. To be fair, I genuinely think there's been... I understand because he's the coach and that, but like, there's been a lot of cuts to Sam Burgess in this broadcast. Like, it is a little bit on the level of like Taylor Swift. It's a play of the ball on Warrington's 40 as Toffa Sipley and what's his name? Bloody Clemmer, just having a little chat. Obviously. But I will gotta say, like, this has been brilliant football, because I did actually watch live the York Hull KR game. It's just been brilliant all across. So Smith there gets brought down for the first tackle for St Helens, just shy of halfway. And now for the second, they will enter the St Helens half of the field. 45 away from the try line for the second tackle. But yeah, just keep the ball down this end of the field. They're 35 away from the try line now for the third tackle. I think they're just going to play simple plays. Now the guys are trying to break through Taylor Ray again. 25 away from the try line for the fourth tackle. And it goes for an early kick, but they've got runners down the wing. Can it bounce for Avery? It does. That's a brilliant wrap-up tackle, and this is the fourth. This will be the last tackle. As it was Toby King, but Toby King is a little bit hurt, but he's been slow to get up. But now this will be the last tackle, but the referee's telling him to get the fuck up. Okay, last tackle here for Warrington. Kick centrally to the field. There's pressure. It's been battered, and it's going to be a goal line dropout for St Helens. This is what Warrington should be doing. They should just keep the ball down this end of the field. So we've now got 6.5 minutes remaining. 4 minutes 20 left with St Helens being down a man. And it looks like if there's a kick by Saylor for the short drop kick, and it's good. It's taken there by the number 24, but they're going to drag him out. No, he stays in play. It's good. Awareness there by Owen Dagnall to take the catch. It was just brilliant bit of play. But yeah, so it's another try here for the Lee Leopards. It's 24-8 as it's Lachlan Lamb now scoring. So 5 individual scorers for the Leopards as they're now 24-8 over the Leeds Rhinos. So that should pretty much all but confirm opening round victory for the Leopards. As St Helens now, third tackle now. They've barely made any meters on this set. They can't really do anything. You've got 5.5 minutes now remaining in this game. 3.5 of those are without a halfback. It's slowly fading away. It's to near impossibility. Battered backwards. It's a grubber kick, but it's going to fall back for Taylor Ray. Yeah, it's tackled and dragged out of play. Is that a penalty? But no, he stayed in. I don't know how he stayed in play, but if he did, fair enough. So Warrington will now just try to play it smart because it's St Helens that need to do anything. It's because even if they do get 2 quick tries, they're still going to be behind. So just quick run-upman's now third tackle. They're past the 30. Yes, we're near for like 4.5 minutes remaining now in this matchup. And it's been 3 great opening matches for the Super League. It's really good new era for them. Just shy of halfway there, and they're getting passed out. Last tackle kick. Just low driven, and that will go out at around the 10-meter line just to chew out a bit of the clock. So now coming up to less than 4 minutes remaining now in this match. But attendance, Halliwell Jones Stadium, record attendance, 15,064. And despite a lot of pressure in the second half, it's been a very good showing for Warrington. Okay, less than 4 minutes remaining now. St Helens first tackle just shy of the 20. Yeah, the conversion was successful in that goal for Leeds. Now 26-8. So yeah, pretty much very decent win there by the Lee Leopards to get that done. Now St Helens is going to try to find absolutely anything to do. Got the offload off there as that's Shorrocks. They're trying to get a run down the right-hand side with Robertson, but he just can't get anything done now. But the past halfway, fourth tackle. We're now entering the final minute of St Helens being down a man and into the last 3 of the game. And the pass has gone Hayward. It's been given off to Warrington. And George Williams is in a one-on-one. Gets him behind the back, The behind the back, Albert Harbour. I had a stroke, sorry. But George Williams in a one-on-one race gets held up, underarm Matt Gidley flick pass out to Albert Hopewade, who strings it out, runs over and scores. It's 28-10, and that will seal the deal with an exclamation mark. 28-10 with a kick to come, and this will probably leave about a minute and a half or two on the clock. I can't believe I tried speaking English then and just went absolutely downhill. I do very much apologise for that one. But yeah, the pass is trying to get it out to the left-hand side for St Helens. It's just caused a interception. The ball ends up in the hands of George Williams, who brings in the winger, who then just sees Albert Hopewade, gets the underarm flick pass, aka the Matt Gidley flick pass, and Hopewade was able to evade David Clemmer, goes into the corner, and this with a bit of a cherry on top and now it's the singing. You've seen the wire now. Please vacate and have a safe travel home. No way. There's a possibility this is getting taken off. They're reviewing this. So this could be a possibility of a penalty to St Helens for tackle without the ball. Yep, unfortunately Hopewade is wrapped around the St Helens defender before he has possession of the ball. So despite all that effort and me losing the ability to speak English, the try will not count. So it's going to be a penalty to St Helens. So almost going to be a brace for Hopewade. It will just be the singular try. John's coming for you, mate. So unfortunately, it's going to be no try. So 2.5 minutes remaining. He wraps him up without the ball, unfortunately. So at least there was still about 21 seconds remaining without still St Helens get 13 players, but they probably have like maybe 2 sets left, St Helens. So it's going to be 24-10. So this will need to up the score will need to update soon. Guys, I'm getting the blue and yellow out is which is good to see. It's been a great performance by Warrington. I mean, they did have a bit of a scary period in the first about 20 minutes of this match with St Helens, but okay, set restart here as they're now about to go back to 13 players. Almost a break through the line. It's great running. It was a number 5 Dean Cross getting the pass out to Lomax, 10 metres out now. First tackle with a set restart now. Safe journey home. Saying it's good to know to wish him the good trip home. Is now in the final 2 minutes of the match, 13-13, as Hastings is now back on the field. This will be the third tackle now, 5 metres away from the line, as we're seeing can St Helens at least get, I guess, a little bit more of a consolation in this. 5 out, 4th tackle, just trying to see if they can break through. Hastings gets the grubber. And the ball will go out for a goal line dropout. But St Helens, it's going to be a penalty. But if it's for a possible tripping, should it be a sim bin? No, it's just impeding. It's not a trip. I thought there was one of the players who did get tripped. So it's another penalty to St Helens. Is about a minute 17 remaining on the clock. So here we go, full set here for St Helens if they could just get a little bit of a consolation, but it is unfortunately too little too late. They did have a fantastic start to the second half, but it's just they couldn't capitalise on their chances, and it's result with Warrington just taking one of their chances and being able to secure the win. Pass out all the way out to the wing, And that will result in a try, and it's going to be Kyle Felt scoring in the final minute. So it's going to be 24-14 with a kick to come. And basically going to be do that really, really quickly if they want to actually try to get this win. But it's a little too late. But Kyle Felt gets a try. Last try wins, I suppose. Just seeing if there's any more updates into this game. Still 26-8 for Lee over the Leeds Rhinos. Just seeing if it has gone to full time yet. I think it's pretty darn close to being full time, but there we go. It is another try for St Helens. It's too little too late. Here's a conversion attempt. And it is a miss, so it's going to remain 24-14. As kicked out down, they're just going to let it run out. They've got 10 seconds left. Oh, they've paused the clock. So there will be at least 1 or 2 tackles here for St Helens before the end of the match, so Warrington can then start celebrating. So So we're just waiting now for the kickoff, and there'll be the final 10 seconds. So unfortunately, the halftime prediction was wrong. I guess St Helens try to go for a try, I guess. No. They'll pass it out to the wing, and the siren will sound, and the Warrington Wolves will get an opening round win over St Helens, 24-12. A fantastic first half as well. Capitalised it. Gazem with the substitution. Thank you very much, my friend. Taylor Ray, absolutely brilliant in this matchup. Popolati did good as well, but I mean, it was a good second half start by St Helens, but they just couldn't capitalise it into points in enough time. And it's going to result in the Warrington Wolves getting the victory. So we're just going to have a quick... Oh, I've clicked on the wrong thing. No, I've gone to rugby. I need to go to rugby league because I wanted to show the scores for the other match. If we could just have it... Oh, they're playing Hi-Ho Silver Lining. In terms of like games that get played at like English sporting matches, that's got to be up there. It's up there probably like with Hey Jude and that. So just looking at the other scores, we're pretty much now right near the end of this game as the Lee Leopards have secured a 26-8 win over the Leeds Rhinos. So I believe, just trying to think in terms of margins, because that's 18. So currently right now, by 2 points, the Lee Leopards, unless there's a last minute try here by Leeds, the Lee Leopards will be leading this the current ladder, obviously before the last 3 games of the first round are done. But yeah, for this match, Warrington getting the job done over St Helens. Now, we'll be doing two of the 3 matches for the Super League as the other stream, which are Hull FC taking on the Bradford Bulls, and Wakefield Trinity taking on Toulouse Olympic. There will be a couple of the NRL ones. We're doing the NRL All-Star match, so that's one, and you're also seeing the match after, which is the Cronulla Sharks and the Parramatta Eels. Thank you all very much for joining. It's been a great morning. What a way to start a Saturday for this on Valentine's Day as well. So there you go. So yeah, we're going to end this here. Thank you all very much for watching. I guess I'll see you around at some point. Yeah.